कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
So today we are here to understand the requisite skill set and opportunity, what the opportunities are available for independent women directors and aspirants. I would like to introduce, call upon the stage, Ms. Divya Momaya.
Hello Hyderabad.
Good afternoon.
I think still the energy is missing. Can we have one more time? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good, that's better. So, when we really look at the overall Indian picture today, we are talking of not the women development or women empowerment, we are talking of today women-led empowerment. And that is where we really need more empowered women at the same time. I mean, I'm sure we all are already empowered, but the women who are ready to lead that empowerment. And that is where, in my journey when I saw, and I have been working as a company secretary with boardrooms for more than 20 years now. And again, at the boardroom space, the women factor was always missing till 2013. Lot of Mrs. Promoter who never entered the boardroom, they started coming and shown as independent, as women directors, and that's where regulators, SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India had to come and say that every listed company board, initially 1,000 and I think today it's applicable to all, must have one women independent director. And since I think 2017-18, there are a lot of women who are already on boards. And 2018-19 is something what I started my journey of Mentor My Board. We trained, groomed more than 300 odd directors for board positions through a program called Boardroom Mastery. And after that, when I myself got onto the boards of few companies and went deeper into the research, and I'll tell you, in 2022, how the WOM actually conceptualized. So in 2022, February, I had read an article by Honorable Finance Minister, it was published in Economic Times, and where she had mentioned that she doesn't find capable women directors to be on boards. And when I said there are so many professionals like us in India, why a finance minister of a country is saying that? And before that, 2021, we had our women directors conclave. It was virtual, so more than around 400 participants were there. And when I read that, I reached out to Honorable Finance Minister saying that we are already doing something for women directors, and why don't you come to our next Women Directors Conclave, that was second Women Directors Conclave, and inspire and tell women what to do and what not to do. So that was the journey of inviting Finance Minister. Being a startup, it was, to my surprise, the Finance Minister of a country accepts the invitation and comes and inspires and speaks about this topic. Was a big testimonial that yes, we are in right direction. Thank you so much. So, WOM is Women on Management and Boards. Today we are speaking of, the women on boards. But women on boards is not possible unless and until we have women on management first. We all, it's a career progression, and we all need to see more women in the CXOs and the top level management. When that's happening, that's where the women in boards, both executive directors as well as non-executive directors, independent directors roles, reach out to that leadership. So can we have a small video, Neha, which we have created for WOM?
And this WOM is created and curated for you, the women of tomorrow, and will give power to your corporate life.
We all have, inherent leadership qualities. It's just that honing up those skills and realizing the inner power. And I mean, that's where the womb has been created. So let me share what exactly womb. Though initially that may not seem like, but with your experience, with your guidance, and with your kind of deep involvement in the company, in the capacity of independent director, can definitely bring you that amount. So it's has its own monetary benefits. And let me tell you, today India, I mean, I've read an article where a lot of independent directors are entering into a crorepati club. That means a lot of independent directors have started getting more than ₹1 crore of money as their sitting fees and commission. Create by being present in the boardroom with your knowledge and expertise, and with that presence and with that kind of involvement into the decision making process at the leadership of at the top leadership of the company is something what really has inspired me. So a lot of companies today need women director, and there are, I was talking to the registrar of companies Mumbai, and she said there are more than 372 companies who still don't have women directors, and they're ready to pay fines. In fact, in the speech of finance minister, you will listen, she also mentioned that companies are ready to pay fines but not appointing women directors, right? But you're not going there to give them gyan on their industry. They already are experts in that. What you're going there is what is you can value add to those companies. For example, if there is a company in manufacturing and if you have experience in IT, you can still go on the boards of those companies and give your perspective towards the IT industry to those companies who are never got exposure of any interest, the information technology. So you bring there your own expertise to the table and not the knowledge which probably world is expecting from you. What we really need to know is more about the corporate governance, how the boardrooms are functioning, how you will be more effective, will you be fitting in those positions. At the same time, getting to know what are the requirements of corporate governance. Board meeting kaise hota hai, kitne din ka board meeting hai, how much gap, how, what if something goes wrong, what if you are not able to, attend a board meeting. How are you going to read minutes? How are you going to make preparation prior to the board meeting? So these are some nuances with respect to the corporate governance, the failures of corporate governance, why happened, learning from the case studies, experiential mock boardroom sessions. So these are some, ways where we make a person ready for the board positions. Next. It's a curated learning with hand-picked board mentors. So almost one person goes with almost 13 to 15 different mentors in that 3 months period. So you get a complete 360-degree understanding and learning. It's not only one person, but it's more than 15 people grooming one person to be board ready. So who can join? Anyone. I feel if you have that ability to lead, ability to kind of create or have that inclination to create some impact, you can be on boards. And most important thing is, when we talk of independent director, it's not only about independent. It's also about executive director. When you are entrepreneur of your own business, you still need to know the nuances of the corporate governance. When you are on the boards of not-for-profit companies, you still need to know how to manage a not-for-profit board, right? So these all are about the nuances of the corporate governance. And when we are talking of today $5 trillion economy, it really cannot happen if the top minds of the businesses are attuned or aligned to better governance practices. So that's all about. So thank you so much, Jayanti. Thank you so much, Saurabh ji and team, and for making it possible here to share whatever we are doing, in a small way. And again, the bigger picture, the bigger vision is we aim to create a virtual community.
So, thank you Divya for running through us the entire WOMB program and what exactly the WOMB program is all about. Now that we have seen what is WOMB and the way Divya has run through us the entire journey of WOMB, she is member of BJP, National Public Policy. At L&T, heading the corporate communications. I am prior to that she has many more. She was part of GMR, corporate segment. So Here we are with Ms. Karma Gopalji, Ms. Anindita Sinhaji and Divya Mamayaji for the much awaited fireside chat. Thank you. So my first question is to Anindita. As you rightly said that networking matters a lot and networking is what we are here. I just want to understand for the sake of our audience as well, like in what ways can networking and building strong professional connections help women in their career advancement, particularly in male-dominated industries? And we all know that Anindita is from L&T. She heads the corporate communications in L&T.
Okay, thank you so much. When Saurav invited me, I was wondering what I'm doing there. And then when I came, as I rightly said, that here Divya, Hema, they are there, and all the exponents of women director courses and all that. But then Jayanti assured that it would be related to your domain. Good, thank you so much for that. Well, if you're asking me about networking, I think it's not only for the professional world, it's not only for the male-dominated world, whatever quote-unquote it means, but to exist in this world. I think networking is very important, and productive networking is what we should aim at. And networking, we generally consider 3 P's, as we say: people, purpose, and process. So if we really see, my mother was a working woman, fine, my grandmother wasn't a homemaker. But I think right from the time you get up in the morning to you go to sleep, you are networking with someone, including yourself. Okay, so the more you network, the more your exposure, it increases, it goes to the next level. You gain experience hands-on. You get to know people, you get to, as we say, self-introspection is very important. You need to do that to deal with people. So it is why you need it, the purpose, with whom you need it, who is your target audience, and then the process, how you do it. You can let your hair down and go for a casual chat and without any agenda. But particularly if you're in a professional world, at least in today's day, suppose a student, not only for working women, for students who suppose they go to study their MBAs or any other courses, without networking, especially in foreign countries, you cannot even get a job. So to make yourself visible, to make your presence felt and remembered, recall in the mind of people, you should choose your target audience. You should choose why you need to network with so and so person and for so and so cause, and what should be the process. It's not that just, suppose we meet here, we exchange business cards and then go and dump those business cards somewhere, down in your drawer. No, not that. Go back, check those business cards, how they can be influential, inspirational, or anyway relevant for your career, for your business, for your profession, even for us corporates. When we go to sell, or suppose we have many stations, we go to sell those stations, naming rights, we have different marketing campaigns and all. So we then think of, we identify those people. So how do we do it? We gather intelligence. Then of course you need to go and be part of many industry forums, like we have your CII, IWN, we have representatives from your FTCCI, and slowly get involved in the work, slowly try to get into the committees, slowly try getting into the meaningful positions that I'm the co-chair for FTCCI's Infra and Smart City committee for the last 2-3 years. Then I was the chair for CII's Tourism Committee, IWN Core Committee member. I get to know so many people. Like even here, suppose why I am here, because you know me, Divya knows me, Ma'am knows me, Saurav knows me. Why? Because we have met at so and so particular platforms. And then make yourself visible in the sense, not every day hi, hello, and those good morning gulabs, roses, not that, but on and off, hi, hello, how are you, and just interaction, casual interaction, so that you are in that person's mind and that person is in your mind.
Into a most male-dominated segment, that is politics, and you have already made a mark being the in charge of public policy at the national level, and also part of manifesto team last elections, right? So my question for you is, what role can male allies play in supporting and promoting women in management and board positions? And how can we encourage their active involvement?
Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening to all of you. Really happy to see a smart group of women aspiring to get onto the boardroom, and really my best wishes. Friends, when Jayanti called me, actually it was supposed to be in Delhi today, but somehow it just turned out that I'm in Hyderabad, and I'm happy to be here talking about the most important thing that women should be doing. And I heard Anandita, and she spoke about networking, and sometimes I think this I should have heard when I was very young, because I never knew the art of networking, never. And when I was very young, I went on a scholarship to the United States of America, and I had some of the best business cards with me, and I threw them away. And 35 years down, I went there 33 years ago on a scholarship, and even today I do the same. Pardon me. So there are people who can still, people like me also should learn from what she said, which is very important. At times I feel that I did not do it, and maybe if I had done it, I would have been perhaps in a different place altogether. Well, so Jayanti asked me a question about, can men help you? So let me give you several times people ask this question, perhaps it goes on in your mind. Do you think my male colleague can help me, or can a man mentor me, etc.? I'll give you an example. I started my career in the IT industry 33 or 34 years ago. And those were the days when not many people knew the difference between software and hardware. And I was basically racing ahead because I was a very competitive person. And if men have to help you, just keep remembering this, and maybe that's something that I learned. You can't go and seek help. Please remember this. Because it's always about level playing field. You can't go to them and say, please help me, I'm not able to do this coding or whatever. No. You know how I learned to get help from my male colleagues is by giving them help. You please remember this, by giving them help. I offer to help the audit committee chairman, because I know that in audit committee, they have to deal with certain part of risk. So I invited him for my meeting where we were dealing with cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is an integral part. It's my area, but I also know a wee bit of it is in his area also. So I said, why don't you? It's your part, right? So he was very thrilled. So next time I want to ask him something about anything to do with audit. I'm not a finance expert, but I'm an IT expert. So he will give it to me. So kindly remember this. You want to get men to help you, to really walk along with you. Give them something of value, and they'll return the favor. And that's how you make friends. That's how you get mentors also.
My next question would be to Divya Momaya. Divya, now that we have understood the importance of networking, how to get work from or support from men allies, I want to understand from you or know from you, what specific skills and competencies do women need to develop and excel in, to be on management and boards?
Okay, some things I already covered in when I was speaking, but let me tell you. And I think one important part, I really resonate.
So I should be, why not for that, for your own knowledge building. Because see, I'll tell you something, there is a difference between education and qualification. Most of us, we pay attention and we are very serious about qualification, not our education. Awareness and education education is something which we have to work on and on ourselves. Thank you so much.
Just to add on what Anandita said, why one woman on the board? So I think here the responsibility of women already on boards like me, Jayanti, Karuna ji, is that we bring more women to the boardrooms. And even if there is no regulatory requirement that you should have minimum more than one, not necessarily कि भाई आप एक से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता, वो तो कहीं नहीं लिखा है. So we should make sure that whenever the opportunities are coming up, we open those opportunities for women first, and then kind of. So I think that's one area where we really can contribute a big time. Jayanti, we can, and also that will eliminate the challenge what Anandita
Business. So that has to come. That is coming. If things are not bleak for sure, it is optimistic. And I'll give a small example. Like once to one of my companies, I had asked that it's not for the party, the evening, the food or drink, but why am I not included in many of the evening gatherings? So someone told me, वो हम लोग थोड़ा सा गाली गलौज करते हैं ना, वो हम लोग men हैं. So I said, ठीक है करिए, but I want to come. So I think we cannot afford to feel helpless. That is the time where you should make your mark for maybe in your organization, if you are not getting some or other organization recognize you. So things are changing. Whether I don't know what is Indian MNC, because it is a term which is very loose.
And I will urge, if you really want to understand the role of directors, being as the CEO of the top company in the world.
So at the end of the conversation, what I heard was women should take up more roles apart from admin. So Concept Ambience is the company who are the builders for this property that we are sitting in. They have built properties like Swapnalok and things like that. So they were the first company in India to build a gated community, which you know as what is that? Whisper Valley, right? Whisper Valley. So many properties in their name. Incidentally, the head of finance for Concept Ambience is with us. She is a lady. That is Mrs. Khushbu Agarwal. She is sitting right there. And coming to branding, all of you know Ratnadeep, I am sure, right? There are 100 plus stores alone in Hyderabad and much more than that beyond Hyderabad. And next to me is Miss Sonali De. She is the head of branding for Ratnadeep as an organization. So from now we can take the questions in the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you.
So, my name is Mohini. It's been fairly insightful, and I think I can say it just feels nice to see that some of you have gone through exactly the same experiences that we are at this stage. So it kind of feels connected, it resonates a lot. My question is, like all of you said, there are struggles that we face as women because there are challenges with men forming their coterie at corporates, at offices that we work. Also as founders, so I spent about 15 years in banking, then started my own firm. It is sometimes for women seen as taking a break. It is less acknowledged that you're starting your business very seriously at its initial stages. In your view, and since all of you are not only on boards but have also sort of hired people for boards, how is it that companies or corporates are looking at skill sets when they're on the hiring side? What are they evaluating against? If you could throw some light on that, that would be very helpful.
For anyone's approval, you stick to your job, do your thing, in the first few years, you're not even looking at anyone seriously. I mean, if you're a startup, you're stuck there and you're doing your work. You do it with passion, this is the time, and then they start recognizing. I've seen women, please think about how women have grown. There is something called regular learning, like if you're a teacher, you understand. The other one is what is called as splinter skills. Like for instance, there is a child, normally he crawls and then walks, okay? But there are children, have you seen who
looking at your own performance, I think everything else said about. Now coming back to your the first question about what corporates are looking when they are
deep understanding on or subject matter expertise, and when people are able to see that the person, a lot of service industry companies looking for women in branding, I mean marketing and branding. So the companies will be looking at those skill sets. I mean it's always a diagnostic at the board level. What are the skill set gaps at? There was some income tax notice, and everybody in the company was wondering how somebody might have observed that okay, in such and such company, such and such person has dealt with situation like this in such and such manner. Definitely others are observing, so those kind of, and that's how, you have to be visible. And I was talking to Jayanti today about the VCP principle. I mean, if anyone of here in BNI,
She goes there, keeps signing her, and then the baby is here, or there's some high chair or something. I was just joking.
But again, yeah. No, but again, we are very, very important, for women after coming out of sabbatical to the workplace is creating that right ecosystem. I mean, in fact, I'll tell you, in my 20 years of career, I have not taken a single day break. I mean, I have two daughters, one is 18, one is 16. I mean, definitely there is an ecosystem which is taken care of. I have a wonderful mother-in-law, the journey how she has helped me to be what I am today. So you need to create your ecosystem in any of the ways. I mean, if you have a support at home, wonderful. If you don't have a support at home, you will have to create that support so that you are doing what you are supposed to do. And that's not only, I mean, those smaller things are not, I mean, definitely when we have a family, it's a big thing for a family, having a family. But then, the career should not be compromised.
Right? If you were to mask the gender of candidate profiles, what is the distribution of men versus women? You're just purely going by the desirable profile. Does that come up? And if there are so few women on boards, is it because when the gender becomes apparent, someone's making the decision to take the man and not the woman? What really is happening there?
This question is almost like the elephant in the room. Many supposed well-wishers tell you, don't take on the hassle of becoming a director, an independent director and a woman director, because of the legalities involved. So, because we all know when there is business, there's also the unethical part of it. While we all talk of corporate governance, there is that little thing that creeps in. And I've been part of conversations where people have called up mentors and legal professionals to say, hey, listen, I'm stuck. What do we do? So, my question to you is this something which is, a harsh reality which is preventing women, anybody from becoming an independent director, especially women? And second is, what can ecosystems like Mentor My Board or WOM do to educate people and educate the overall everybody to be less focused on the legalities?
So we have Jayanti, she'll first speak and then I'll add on. So
from the WOM perspective, you explain, then from legal perspective, I'll try to explain.
Okay. So here, and my question is, I am from agriculture background. I will never give you my visiting card because you have to remember me as the most empowering woman in Telangana. I come from my district, Karimnagar, and I quit MBBS and took farming. From then on, I have been in green business and agri. It is very challenging to create innovation and a lot of things in the agri industry especially. Today I can proudly say I am a serial entrepreneur. I am supporting, already supported 10,000 women to be in green livelihood. I also run a company, Women Energy.
Then you also have to in some way prove that you have very generic skills. What else can you? So the added advantage that you have is you understand the domain. So maybe an extra skill that the company needs in terms of maybe an outreach or international alliances or maybe some innovation in terms of native seeds. We have something like 27,000 native seeds that are.
I am the most recent independent director. Ma'am has been my teacher. She has been very generous. I think we've been just talking for last, 72 hours almost. I'm extremely happy as well as humbled to kind of be here. And I think, we've been talking about a lot of events that are just going to empower women in general. And as a corporate thing, we've been trying to kind of get a lot of women on the board, as well as both in MNCs as well as in startups and pretty well connected within the Hyderabad ecosystem, Bangalore ecosystem. So I think and there are like few very major events that are actually going to happen, especially ma'am on the rural side, agricultural side. We'll talk about those courses. But my question to you, ma'am, and to you is basically, gender aside, right? I think I'm gender neutral. I would prefer asking this question this way. My wife works, I work, and I work crazy hours. So I think.
Also, he used the word mind. Mine sounded very offensive.
My bad. I'm so sorry. That's why I was looking for the last one. I think now I'm getting battered. Okay? I'm getting battered.
Any answer you have got on that. And the third point is you said
and the next point he said is I should give her the freedom. Why? She is a big woman. She has her opinions and choices. Why should anybody give us a freedom?
I'll tell you a little.
What a session it was. And as we have done with the photo session, could I request Dr. Saurabh Sureka to please come here and give vote of thanks?
Taking a cue from what Divya said, so as a man I am saying, we have been recently bombarded with a lot of videos and clips and memes and talks that love yourself, you should love yourself first before you love others. I hope the entire room agrees with me. As a man I can say that yes, I am also learning. I think there are two people that you should love the most and more as a man is obviously myself. I love myself the most, I am learning to. And I also learned recently, I am learning that the second most important person after myself I should love the most is, any guesses? No, it is not one after the other, it's together actually. Two people you should love the most as a man I learned is, one is myself and another is mother-in-law. That is the cue to happy family. Yeah. So this is for you also, Abhinav. Yeah. So okay, so I'll not stand much between you and your high tea. So we believe in Grand Queens Club, we believe in a lot of felicitations because there are, we believe that Adi Shakti to Anant Shakti is what the entire universe is based on. And in Grand Queens Club since last 4 years we have traveled. So to start with, I would like to invite a few of our Grand Queens who have been there with our journey since several years. So I'll just call out their names and I would request all of you to join us on the stage. Tina, Grand Queen Tina Secura, can you please join us on the stage? Shanti ji, can you please join us on the stage? Deepika, can you please join? Kenisha, can you please join? These are a few Grand Queens in the room who have traveled a journey with Grand Queens Club. So Grand Queens Club is an organization that we started 4 years back, and since then from Hyderabad to Calcutta to Ahmedabad to Bhubaneswar we have traveled year on year. I would request Rupa to please honor all of our Grand Queens here on stage with the pin of pride. Clapping increase. 200 people strong. Every year we have been inviting nominations across the country in 108 categories of work for women leaders and achievers, and we have been awarding them across geographies. So they are a few of those 200 strong women. After these felicitations, one of our strong Grand Queen, Deepika, is going to share her autobiography with the guests of the evening. Since the year 2020 is Concept Ambience, I would request Head of Finance, Mrs. Khushbu Agarwal, to please join us on the stage. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to your entire organization for supporting Grand Queens, and you are the reason why we are still there. I would request Rupa and all the other Grand Queens to felicitate Khushbu ji. You can see so much power on the stage. Thank you. Of the strongest brand that the entire Hyderabad reckons with, and that is Ratnadeep. I would request the head of branding, Sonali ji, to please come on stage. Thank you so much, ma'am. You are one of the reasons you are everywhere in Hyderabad. You are beyond Hyderabad. And you are one of the reasons, Ratnadeep is one of the reasons why Grand Queen is beyond boundaries today. This event would not have been possible. Both are attached with Mentor My Board. I would like to call on stage Neha ji, please come on stage. She is the director with Mentor My Board, and Jayanti ji. She is the director, Neha ji, and Jayanti ji is the mentor of whom. Women Menstrual Health Day, to signify that Emusa has given away these packs for you. Emusa, ma'am, can you please join. Next, I would like to invite Bharat ji from Lucky Candles. The beautiful candles that you see on your tables. I would not say that you can take it away, but it's on you. Bharat ji, I hope you won't mind that. Yeah. Please join us on the stage. Thank you so much for these lovely, beautiful candles that we see all around. Please join. And then Pawan ji from Kashmir Photography. Thank you for your support always. Please join us on the stage. Somebody else will click, don't worry. Okay, afterwards. And Director Sanjeev Naidu. So you have been a supporter, huge support always. Right? So we will definitely like to felicitate you after this photo op. Thank you so much. People are eagerly waiting here. Okay. So I hear the high tea is ready. You can join the high tea. Before that, Neha would like to say something. She says only a man cannot speak so long.
So a very big thank you to
Hi, good evening everyone. I'm Anindita Mukherjee Sinha, Head Corporate Communication, L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad Limited. I must thank her for inviting me to be one of the panelists for the session. And the topic today for the session or this initiative by Grants Queen is indeed very, very situational and very important. And I think every individual, irrespective of gender, should look into it, should study how women can be included in the board for corporates. We have come a long way. The act was passed that a minimum one woman needs to be the director of the board for any listed company. But I'm aspirational, and I feel that government should take initiative that why this at least one woman, but they should tell the corporates, and corporates also should take the initiative of taking 50% at least the members in their board should be women. And I feel these forums are a big catalyst to push in this I think message to all the corporates. Welcome women as a part of their team who can be equally a part in their decision making. Thank you so much once again. Beautiful initiative, and it has a long way to go, and it's very, very helpful for the future for women at large to make themselves ready to be a member of boards for any listed company. Thank you so much.
Good evening everyone, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Ratnadeep family, and I'm very thankful to Celebration Makers and Grand Queen to give us this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful program OM, and so it was a pleasure to hearing all the people like Karuna ji and others who was talking about that women leadership, women directorship in the corporate, and how India is growing and how much we can do in this field, and how they are training women in this field. So it's an amazing platform, and they are really doing good, and we are be a part of this program, and many congratulations so far about their success of own program, and all the best for their future.
My name is Divya Momaya. By profession, I am a company secretary and founder of a company called Mentor My Board. We have started an initiative called WOM, Women on Management and Boards, and we are really happy to come to Hyderabad, and really thankful to Grand Queens and Ratnadeep to arrange for us such a wonderful initiative here. And the way the energy we saw today in the room was absolutely wonderful. So WOM is a program which has been launched by Honorable Finance Minister of our country, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, for us. She had graced the occasion for us, that is Women Directors Conclave, on 16th of September 2022. And after that, WOM is a journey. We have been nurturing women for board leader positions, and it's an initiative which I think should go across India, and lot of other 2-tier, 3-tier cities should really have this kind of training required for women who really are looking up for the management roles, leadership roles, at the same time women on the board roles. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. I am Neha Shah, co-founder director of Mentor My Board. Mentor My Board is happy to have partnered with Grand Queens in this wonderful coffee meet event that was conducted in Hyderabad today, and we look forward for many more such coffee meets for women who are ready to take on to the boardroom positions. So all the best to Grand Queens. Thanking Ratnadeep who was a sponsor for this event. Thank you very much.
I'm Jayanti Talluri. I'm the founder and managing director of a law firm by name Talluri Law Consultancy Private Limited. This is based out of Hyderabad. I'm also independent director on listed companies. I'm part of this OM program and Mentor My Board. I'm a partner in this. I thank the Grand Queens headed by Saurabh ji. He was a fantastic support for us. We have come all the way from Mumbai and organized this particular event, and in the coming future we will be conducting more and more similar programs here in Hyderabad, and very shortly we are going to even host exclusive program or exclusive conclave for women directors in Hyderabad, where we are planning to bring many celebrities and dignitaries to Hyderabad, and this is going to be a huge event in Hyderabad very shortly. And I thank all the sponsors, the Ratnadeep and Concept Ambience, for supporting us to conduct this program in a very, very successful manner. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Good evening. My name is Karuna Gopal Vartakavi. I am an independent director on the board of Engineers India Limited. It is a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Well, this program today is about how to push women into directors' roles. So I've been a panelist and I shared my ideas, my knowledge on the subject. Typically in India, our Prime Minister's dream is to make India not just a $5 trillion country, but much more than that, and especially with equity, which means women should be able to lead that development. So far in the history, not many said that India has to see a women-led development. Now, all that is possible only when women occupy leadership roles, be it in the corporate sector or be it in the government. So this particular program is about grooming women to occupy positions of power, especially to be serving on the boards of large companies, and by contributing to the growth of those companies, India can be taken to the next level, taking India forward. And as I said, there are a whole bunch of women here wanting to become board members, and the skills required to be sitting on and in the process enriching themselves and enriching the country is perhaps the goal of today's conclave, and I'm really delighted to be here today.
Namaste, hello everyone. This is Dr. Saurabh Sureka from this beautiful property of the Botanica by Concept Ambience, and today we are here for a women business coffee meet on women directors, required skill sets and opportunities, which is organized jointly by Grand Queens Club and Mentor My Board from Mumbai. So today we had a wonderful session wherein the program, which is Women on Management and Boards, which was launched by our Honorable Union Finance Minister Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman last year, has been talked about, and this program has been now officially launched in Telangana. And today we had a wonderful fireside chat with powerful ladies. We had Advocate Jayanti Tullari herself. We had the panelists. We had Divya Momaya, the founder of Mentor My Board. We had Karuna Gopalji, who everybody know for her futuristic studies projects. And we had Mrs. Ananita Sinha, who is the L&T Metro Rail Corporate Communications Head. And this has really started many new beginnings. Today we had more than 50 wonderful women who are corporate professionals, directors, etc., who are looking at a corporate leadership role. It was an eye-opener session, and we are glad that at Celebration Makers and Grand Queens Club we could host this, and we would really like to thank Ratnadeep for being a huge support. Thank you.